Welcome back, Helle. What thoughts go through your head now that you are coming back to CSM Bucharest?
Thank you for the welcome back. I think it's good to be back. When I came to the hall, I could feel it on my arms that I have been here before. I remember the Champions League games when the hall was full and we have a lot of supporters here. It was a really special experience to have that, and it was fantastic, and I hope the fans can give us that again.
What do you think about the team this season?
Yeah, this is a special season, because of the Olympics. So you never know all the teams in Europe right now, how the players are coming back from the Olympics. But I think we have a strong team. There's a lot of good players. You also saw last season, a lot of the players play good, and now there will come new players also. So we have a good team.
You have coached before some of the actual players.
Yeah, I have done
like
that.
Christina?
Yeah, last time I was here, she was here. Trine Østergaard, I had her in Midtjylland in Denmark for many years ago. Inger Schmidt, she was beginning in the national team.
National team of Holland.
Of Holland, yeah. So yeah, but I don't think so much about that. But of course it's funny to come back and train some players.
The coaching staff is completed by Iulia Curea, assistant coach, and Alina Iordache, the goalkeepers coach. What is your opinion about this?
I think it's really good for me and for the team that they are here. And also I know them from the past. They play in the team when I were here. And it was also two players I think I have a good communication with. So I also felt when I spoke to them the first time, I felt this, that I knew them from the past. So it's also easier to come as a coach and you know the staff you have around you. So I think that's really good, and this is two good girls.
Last year you have reached the final four of the European League, where you met the Romanian teams. How was that experience?
Of course it was good to go to the final four. But we have played against Bistrita 2 times in the main round, in the group, and it was not so funny because we did not beat them. But when we win the bronze and we beat Bistrita, of course that was funny and good, and also because Jan, the coach, is from Denmark. But always when you go to a final four, then it's special, and this is the moment you want to be as a player and as a coach.
Now Gloria Bistrita is the first opponent of CSM Bucharest in the Champions League. Is it good that you start the European season against a team that you already know?
Of course it's good for me when I know the team, but I think they have a strong team, and I have not beat them yet, so I hope we can change it now so I can beat them. But they have a strong team, and I don't know if it's good to start with them or not. This is how it is. I don't think so much about when you play against a team. It's more like you are ready for the team you play against. But it's going to be funny to play against a Romanian team.
And the first game is at their home. Is a disadvantage?
Yeah, they have a good home field. But if you want to be good in the tournament, in the Romanian tournament and in Champions League, then you must also play good away games. So, of course, we must play good when we play home, but of course also when we play away.
CSM didn't win any of the 4 games against Metz and Brest in the last season. You spent 2.5 seasons at Nantes. How can CSM beat the French teams?
And now I also lost to Metz and Brest last season. Yeah, but Metz and Brest, they also changed a lot in the teams home in France. And I think sometimes when you play against Brest and Metz, they are strong. They are winning a lot of games, but it's also sometimes about the timing. Is it luck or unluck? Because I think CSM, they have a team that can beat them, but it's always the day. How do you play? Do you have the luck? Do you have the unluck? But then we must hope this will be the next season where we can beat them.
What are the differences between the Romanian and the French championships?
I think in the French league, you have a lot of teams that have these individual players, a lot of players that play the one against one, this one against one with a lot of speed. Now I have not been in Romania. Of course I have followed the best teams in Romania, but I see the Romanian league is really strong next season. I think in many years this will be the strongest league for many years this season. I see a lot of teams that can beat each other. And in France right now, then you have Metz and you have Brest, and then you have Nantes that sometimes can win the games. But here I think you have more teams that can beat each other.
In the message in which you announced the signing of the contract with CSM Bucharest, you urge the fans to be with the team both in good times and in bad times. They want a new presence of the team in the Final Four. Is this a realistic expectation?
Of course, everyone wants to go to the Final Four. But as I said before, the Romania League is stronger. But if you look Champions League have never been so strong as it is next season. There are so many good teams, and this is good for the handball. But I also, when I say this to the fans, it's also because I know if you need sometimes the last thing to beat the best teams. And I remember from last time when we played against Gjør here. When we beat Gjør, it was also because this field, it was so special. And I know the fans, they can help us, but I cannot promise that we always play good. We also have the bad times, and in the bad times, this is really here, we need the fans. So I hope they will be sometimes a little bit patient and really be there for us when we had the hard times.
You had very good performances as a coach of the Dutch and the Swedish national teams. You will also watch the Olympic Games, the Olympic tournament in Paris. What do you think about the favorites of the medals?
Yeah, first of all, I will look all games. When we don't have training here, then I will look the games. But I will look all sports in the Olympics. This is so fantastic, and I have been in France, and the last year they had not spoke about anything. They have only spoke about the Olympics. It's so big in France, and of course it's also big for all people that love sports. But who will win? I think again it will be France, Norway, Denmark. Then it can be maybe Holland, Sweden. Maybe they can, because you never know when you play a semi-final how it will go. But the favorite, it must be France, Norway, and Denmark.
You say Norway. Norway is the team that defeated the Netherlands in the European final in 2016 and in the semi-final in 2017 with you, coach. Also in 2014, the Norway stopped Sweden in the semi-finals. Do you ever want to coach a national team again and beat Norway?
Yeah, first, Norway, I think they have done this with a lot of teams. They are strong. You also saw last championship. They were strong, but in the end they lost to France. So I think France and Norway, they have the same level, and they also play friendly games now here before the Olympics, and they won with 10 and they lost with 10. If I have a national team, it could be funny to beat Norway, because 9 out of 10 times, maybe 99 out of 100 times, you lose against them. But of course I want that, but I don't think about national coach now. I only think about to be the club coach in CSM.
7 players of CSM are participating in the Olympic Games and will join the team later. How much does this affect your training plans?
Yeah, it's crazy, but it's crazy for all teams that have national players that go to the Olympics, because the preparation will not be the same. You have few days when they are coming home before you start important games, but also the players that have been in the Olympics, you never know how they will come back to the clubs. They have trained the whole summer. They did not have any summer holidays. So it's difficult for clubs, coaches and teams to know how the player will come back. But on the other way, it's the same for all teams that have players in the Olympics. This is the same. So we must handle it with the player. We have 10 players home, and we will do it as good as possible home to make good trainings and try to do it so it will be so easy for the national player to come back to our team.
And with no health issues?
We cross our finger, no injuries.
How do you find the city of Bucharest? Any major changes you have noticed?
Yeah, the people have told me that, and of course, when you have been one place before, you always follow this place. Yeah. But when I came back here, it was easy to come back because I have been here before. I remember first time I came last time, I was like stressed in the traffic. You know, with a lot of cars and how you drive, a lot of cars in the cross every time. But now you're more relaxed. When you go to the supermarket, you know which milk you want to take. You know how long time it takes from this place to another place. So I had a good time here. But I also say the first day here in Bucharest, it's easier to be here because I have been here before.
How would you describe Helle Thomsen in 5 words?
Now it's funny because you told me you will ask me about that, and you know, sometimes this is really difficult to say words about yourself. But I think I'm crazy with handball.
Okay.
I think I love handball a lot.
Okay.
I'm a winner. I want to win. I think I can put the words 100% because I think I do 100% in my work to do it as good for the players and the team. And then I think I treat people with respect. I respect all kind of people. So respect of other people.
What would Helle Thomsen have done if there was no handball?
Wow, it was also a good question because I have been in the handball world since I was, you know, my parents were in the handball world. So when I was like 2 months, I started to come in the hall, you know, I was in a corner in the hall. I think I will follow the football world a lot. For sure, I will have done something with sports. When I'm home in Denmark and I'm not out in the coach world, then I'm working on a school where the kids are coming. They are 15 to 18 years old. They go on the school and then they have a lot of sports. So for sure something with the sport, but if it was not handball, it could maybe be football.
If you could turn back time, what would you change in your life?
I don't think I want to change anything because when I have some challenge or I have something that's hard, I think I learn from that. So I don't look so much back, but I want to use everything for the future. You know, I think I learn for the challenge and the thing that have not been the best things in my life. So I don't think so much about that. I only think future.
Do you have a message for our fans?
Yeah, first of all, I'm really happy to be back. I'm looking forward to see everyone again. And as I told you before, we need them. I need them, the players need them, the club need them. And I think if we are strong together, then everyone will be stronger. So I think every people is important in the club and in the city. All the support GSMA, it's the staff, it's the people that work in the club. Of course, it's the player, it's the sponsor, but I also put the fans, the volunteers in all this. I think you stronger you are together, you more games you win in the end.